Namaste, angels. This is going to be our oh, there goes an orb. Did you guys see it? This is going to be our new moon in Scorpio reading. It's going to cover a period of November 15th through the 29th, with the full moon and lunar eclipse in Gemini occurring on the 30th, the last day of the month. So this will go to the day prior. We're going to get started with the Six of Wands. Victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. Um, in our personal lives, this can have to do with personal wins. If you're looking for a job, something like around the corner, success in your current job, promotion, raise, increase, recognition, you get some sort of award or reward, or people find out that you are responsible for having made the big change, the right decision, and saving the day, crunching the numbers, and rescuing the team and all that kind of stuff. In your personal life also, it is about wins. um, it can be literal wins. As a matter of fact, in one of my dailies, I saw literal wins, and then I had a client message me that she had won some money in Vegas. After she saw that, she's like, "Yeah, I did win a little bit of money." So it could be that kind of thing, like in a literal sense. It can be, with regard to your integrity. Somebody had been speaking against you, and this is again recognition. So this is your name being corrected, the record being corrected. Um, Someone having attempted to take something from you, or to change the narrative and falsify something, and you coming out on top. That's a win. You having some sort of court case, or um, legal battle or issue, and coming out on top. That's a win. So anything like that. With regard to like spirituality, it can be about increase in that, awakening. And in terms of physical health, of course, like successful surgeries, getting better. If you had some sort of illness, finding a treatment. Could be winning a battle against something like cancer. um, you get the idea, right? Six of Wands. And immediately behind it, we have the Tower in reverse. So some sort of tower coming down, maybe something again built up against you, whether it was a tower of lies. You ever heard that expression, a tower of lies, comes crumbling down, that was built up against you. Or some sort of obstacles, those are coming down. It could have something to do with an actual tower, structure, building, home, even, and maybe some sort of win in that regard, like maybe with eviction, court is you're winning. Somebody tried, with the pandemic, that's happening to a lot of people. They find themselves in court and stuff. So it could be something like that, or maybe on a more positive and less stressful note, something having to do with a home purchase. Like all those things had been halted with the pandemic, and so a lot of them are getting back underway. So home purchase, home sale, somebody calling in making a bid. All those things also possible on a larger scale. Because I'm doing this reading on Friday the 13th, it could also be connected to the U.S. elections, which continue on. And Georgia having been called officially, and sort of for a second time, in favor of Joe Biden, bringing his electoral vote total to 306. They recounted, and Trump re-lost. But he just doesn't know that yet, it seems, or his supporters don't know that yet, it seems. But that's what happened. So it can be in terms of that too, and of course with the tower behind us, that structure, or maybe a metaphor for the White House. It can be about a house, or again a structure that sort of crumbling down, or the facade that's there, the lies that have been built up, the obstacles, and the winner being recognized, right? Clearly recognized. So that brings us now to the Eight of Pentacles. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. This says that it's about like reaping what you've sown. Where you put your effort is from where you're going to get the outcome. It can literally be about going back to school, or learning a new topic, or maybe being like an apprentice, sitting next to somebody in the job that knows more than you. In terms of relationships, putting in the effort. Like, if I want this relationship, I'm going to have to like give it a go. All right. I don't know why I'm going to take a card away. I just cut. So this is our overall energy. I'm going to start with a spread for, it's for everybody, right? Singles, couples, people in situationships and separation, who have a vision of love in their head but have never met their, potential interests. Everybody, beginning with the first card, and that will represent singles and or couples, right? It is the Three of Swords. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. But one thing that I say about the Scorpio new moon, or Scorpio energy in general, right? It is about death, loss, transformation. Not death in a physical sense, but I mean like in terms of an end. And it could be in a metaphorical sense, even about you as an individual, as a person, or a relationship, like something that previous dynamic or structure, like death to that. And then, here's the new me. Like that T.I. song, the old me is dead and gone. And right, and here's this new me. So this can definitely be about that. It's also about like the skeletons in our closets, things that are coming back from the past. So this Three of Swords could be attached to past energy, could be representative of whatever that thing is that we've now won. This can be, what it looked like before we won. Again, possibly connected to actual health, maybe even surgery with the swords, the knives, loss, separation, depression, anxiety, or sadness, as they put it here. Recent past. Another 3. Major Arcana card 3, the Empress. It's time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. Something could be going on or could have gone on with somebody's mother. Somebody's mother may be ill or have recently been ill. When I say recent past, like this, it could be the recent past beginning from, it could be the recent past from now, as in prior to the 13th, or from the date from which this reading begins, which is the 15th, so sort of at the beginning of that, maybe toward the end of it. The 15th will be your recent past at that point. Somebody's mother could have been ill or again become ill, or maybe again even needing surgery, or maybe the mother of somebody's children. Could be an air sign, specifically woman, Libra, Gemini, maybe even a Taurus, with the Empress representing the sign of Virgo. Could be somebody pregnant who is having like a troubled pregnancy, a problematic pregnancy. Maybe the person has been ill, and so that's been a concern, or like what they call that high risk pregnancy, in danger maybe of even miscarrying. Somebody may sadly actually miscarry, it seems. Or again, in the past, that may have been an experience, and then looking forward, this is us sort of like the rebirth, the restart, and a fertile period where we try again. Also, there could be something happening with a party of 3. Again, the energy of Scorpio, it knows the skeletons in your closet. It knows that person from the past that you're still thinking about, that relationship that you really want to revive, that part of you that you really want to revive, that you really want to be born again and have be fertile. I just heard somebody may... like somebody's periods may stop during this period. I don't know if it's early menopause or if it's on time or something, but I just saw that for somebody, and maybe that's sad. Like it might be somebody that doesn't have any children. They didn't use their eggs. All right, I could stay on this because I keep seeing stuff, but I'm going to go on to near future. 9 of Fire. So it's like you might feel like you're down, but you're not out. Regardless of what's happening, the universe is going to give you another boost. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. 3s are about creativity also, by the way. Somebody may need to, I'm going to leave it alone, but again, somebody may need to put their eggs or their sperm or something in, where you save them. I forgot the name of it right now. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. or again, high risk pregnancy, you got to take care of yourself. You may need to go on bed rest or something, and maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe that is a hardship for you because you need to keep working. You want to, something like that. The universe has got your back. Masculine's higher self. It's another 3. It's the Empress. You guys saw me shuffle, so it is what it is, right? As they say, the cards are falling where they may, like the chips. So it's another Empress. Again, represents the planet Venus. It is a very fertile energy of newness, birth, also of creativity. The 3s represent creativity, the creator, as in God. Also, for me, parties of 3, what I call parties of 3, which is like a third energy that's involved in your life, your situation, perhaps your relationship, even those that are romantic. It is also the third step in the manifestation process, where you begin to see things taking form in a really tangible way. Lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. I actually think that Venus rather, enters Scorpio just a few days after this new moon, if I remember correctly. I'll go over, after I do the cards, for those who want to stick around with me, I'll go over what's going on in the planetary calendar during the period as well. What else is going on? Blocks to individual or shared progress. If you're looking at it as a couple, it would be shared, of course. If as an individual. The 7 of Wands, where you see, and this is true of the swords too, like where you see the 9, the 7 is usually not far behind, and vice versa. And sometimes often the 5 and 3 as well will show up. So 7 of Wands, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. This is showing up in the blocks like position, challenges. So this is probably something that you have not been doing. You've not been sticking up for yourself, have not been setting boundaries, have not been standing your ground, have been allowing people to walk all over you, to push you around and get you to change your mind where you don't feel comfortable changing it. You're doing it anyway because somebody else says to. So what can the feminine do to help herself with regard to this issue, this challenge of failing to defend her beliefs and decisions? Jupiter's going to step in and help, and maybe karma. Major Arcana card 10, the wheel, represents the planet Jupiter and the sign of Sagittarius, which it rules, into which the sun will enter during this period as well. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward, and fortune is on your side. So even where things had not been working, maybe there'd been difficulty getting pregnant. I didn't mention that before, I don't think. All of a sudden, everybody, masculine is fertile, feminine is fertile. We're all ready, and to move on from this past difficulty. Something suddenly, positive. Something suddenly positively moves forward for the feminine. And so, what are you supposed to do? What's the guidance for you? What can you do for yourself? Ride that wave, right? And you be positive also, and you continue to carry that energy, and take advantage of the Jupiter assistance that you're getting. What the masculine can do for himself, and it is Major Arcana card 20, renewal or judgment. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment. Let what was in the past go, even if it was painful, hurtful, sad. Let that go. Forgive what has been without judgment. That means I'm just releasing it without giving it any negative emotion and feeding it anything, right? And fearlessly embrace what's to come. So this is guiding you to move on. And we see another 3. The card is a 2, 20, but we see another party of 3 here. And I don't know, I'm getting something about blindfold. So it could be like, again, people trying to be slick or something. Judgment for me is, well, Judgment's one of my favorite cards. First of all, it does represent the sign of Scorpio and the planet Pluto, which is one of Scorpio's rulers, or Scorpio's current ruler, right? With Mars being Scorpio's original ruler or esoteric ruler. And it's also about second chances, second time around. That can be in anything. It can be in your relationships. It can be like with your job search. It can be with pregnancy, you know. It can be with giving birth to other things, maybe not actual human beings, but other things that you tried to get started before, you tried to birth before, and for whatever reason they didn't work out. This could definitely be the second time around. So if masculine, if you're presented with an opportunity, what you can do for yourself is take advantage of it. Take that second shot to try to, redo this all. Also, where it comes to relationships, sort of like a crossroad, a make or break period where we got to decide like where do we go from here, if anywhere. And some people will say like, to the moon, Alice, and for other people it's the end of the road, so that's it. And maybe for some people somewhere in the middle is where we're going to stop. Not everybody's in our life for a lifetime. For some people it's just a season and it ends, and then that's it. What the universe would have each or both archetypes to do for ourselves, and the universe even wants to help us to do. The universe wants to help us with this thing, but we have to allow it to, because we have free will, right? We have a choice to do whatever we want, and we can call it the fact that, oh, I'm fulfilling my purpose, but that's often not true. We're often not doing what the universe wants. We're using our or God wants. We're using our free will. This is God saying, or universe saying, this is what I want, and this is what I'd like you to do, and I'm happy to help you with if you want to give me that opportunity and permission. And it is like love, emotion, happiness. Universe wants us to be happy, wants us to be having a good time, wants us to have good lives, wants us to fulfill our purpose, wants us to have children. Page of Cups can be about children. So wants us to get pregnant, wants us to have, carry it to term successfully. A new person enters your life, maybe a baby, or again, you meet somebody. A relationship begins a new phase. When I talked about one phase dying, new phase starting. And there are heightened psychic abilities. We also discussed this with our first card, the Six of Wands. I was moved to tell you guys of what that can mean in terms of further awakening. Page of Cups represents the signs of Pisces, Cancer, and of course Scorpio, as in the Scorpio moon most directly, but can be anyone experiencing or exhibiting these traits or attributes. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. And the outcome is the Queen of Cups, which most directly represents the sign of Scorpio, period. In traditional tarot practice, the Queen is always representative of the fixed sign of a given element, and the fixed sign of the element of water is indeed Scorpio. Tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. This is very true. I didn't talk about that, right? I should have. In Scorpio energy, also going to be changing our relationships. So this is saying, in this case, developing to a new level in a positive way. Trust your intuition. So this is why you're setting boundaries. This is why you're doing what's in your heart, mind, gut to do, rather than listening to somebody else, because you're following your intuition, your inner guidance. And care for yourself and others. It is an energy that guides us to nurture ourselves and other people in a caring and loving way, and to not be afraid of our emotions, and to show people that how we feel about them. First of all, to not be afraid to feel in the first place, and then just exhibiting how we feel about people. Now I'm going to do another spread that is specifically, I'm going to use the same cards, but I'm going to do it specifically from the perspective of the masculine. So you see me just throwing these in any old place. So if they come back, or the same cards come up again, it's just because they wanted to. That's it. I'm mixing them up as best I can. There's over 100 cards here, so I can't just really, you know, like shuffle them. Although when I'm off camera, I mix them up like really crazy. So yeah, there's been people very upset with me for having seen the election in my cards like a week before the election. Actually was the previous moon reading that I did, the Taurus full moon, and the subsequent general reading. Both readings that I did them both the same weekend, and in both readings, I showed Scorpio winning over a Gemini, or a water sign winning over an air sign. And I decided it was a Scorpio winning over a Gemini. Joe Biden is indeed a Scorpio. Look, all right, I told you if it came back, it wasn't my fault. Your Major Arcana card 3, again, the Empress. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. So this is the overall energy. The Queen of Swords is immediately behind it. The Empress can very easily be an actual Queen of Swords. It can represent the planet Venus, ruler of the sign of Libra, esoteric ruler of the sign of Gemini, and then also the ruler of the sign of Earth sign Taurus. The first card will represent the divine feminine in this case, the feminine archetype, and it is the Page of Cups is also back. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. Heightened psychic abilities also. A relationship begins a new phase as well. That's another possibility. Page of Cups, the person or you, very possibly an actual direct water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, and typically, specifically to this card. I say typically, it's always been specifically to this card. It's never not been. It is the Seven of Swords. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. This could be somebody trying to return to your life. Seven of Swords. There's somebody from your past, not a new person. Maybe contacts you, sends you a message, puts a smile on your face somehow. This could be somebody who is willing to take risks now. Willing to take a risk this second time around, perhaps like Judgment. There may have been trust issues before in your relationship or between you. Maybe infidelity. Maybe that's what the party of 3 is. Seven of Swords is also about like lacking esteem and confidence. So being afraid to take a risk as a result of that. Can be about actual loss or theft. So something having been misplaced, something important. But in this case, with in terms of relationship, I think somebody, again, returning to your life. And to add to that, there was probably some sort of distrust or trust issues in the relationship before. For somebody who's meeting somebody new, you could be distrustful. You could be maybe like afraid to. It's nice. You're happy with the attention you're getting, but at the same time, you're a little afraid to be vulnerable, to take a risk, maybe because of some sort of past hurt. The masculine as relates to himself. It's another 7. Right, you got the 7 of Swords. Now it is Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower. Public recognition. This person not only could be coming back, could be literally traveling to see you. Maybe they're coming for the holidays. Maybe they're traveling in general and they're going to get to see you when they get here. Maybe somebody who's been away for whatever reason, they're returning home. Or they're moving near you. They could be physically moving also. Chariot is a major card of victory. It is also a card of, again, moving and travel, both metaphoric and literal. And modes of transportation like planes, trains, automobiles. The masculine's feelings, higher self's feelings, on the union or connection as a whole. Ace of Cups. So ready for that new beginning and that rebirth. This is totally like the energy of Scorpio. It's the rebirth. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, so like reconciliation, um, reconnection, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. Overall, Page of Wands. So more Jupiter, more Sagittarius, energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. But this is giving you a new opportunity in love too. And for me, this is also very Scorpio. With the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, like the Wands, because Mars is one of Scorpio's rulers, the Wands tend to be connected to Scorpio for me too, especially during these periods when the Scorpio energy is so strong. So like Mercury has been located in Scorpio, moved back into Scorpio last week after being gone for like a week and having gone to Libra for a little while. So that's the Wands. But other than that, this could also be connected specifically to a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, maybe younger than you. This page, of course, possibly younger than you as well. Or two young people, two youthful people coming together, or like young love, or the honeymoon phase, because it's new or it's reborn. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection this week? For up to him, like if he could make her do what he wanted to do. It is the Hermit. For some reason, he wants her to go within and think about something, or get some sort of clarity and enlightenment. Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, most directly represents the sign of Virgo. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery, introspection, clarity. Could be, well, there's a moon in the picture, right? Is that a moon or is that a planet? It might be Saturn. It looked like a moon to me at first. In any case, there may be a need for enlightenment because of the energy of the moon. This is the moon reading. And the moon can, shade things. The moon is about secrets and what's done in the dark and all that kind of stuff. So masculine could be wanting the feminine to come into some sort of enlightenment or open her eyes to something or to shine light on something for him, or even like shine light, so that he can sort of like come her way. It's like, hold out the light so I can see like where you are, figure it out, figure out the path. What energy the masculine himself is willing to give to the union or connection this week? It is the Tower. A significant life event, a powerful revelation. So maybe that's why he wants her to come into enlightenment, because he's coming to some. He might be realizing the connection, right? I think we're soulmates. I think we're, twin flames. I think this is some sort of divine union. Like, oh my God. I want her to figure it out too, not knowing she probably knows already, because the feminine tends to figure that out a lot sooner. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. But notice in both of these pictures, we have like an angel on the front with their wings spread. So there's very similar energies in both pictures. Tower is, of course, about something very sudden. So it may just hit him like a ton of bricks. And that, again, could be tied to Jupiter. Karma. Jupiter is, the ruler and God, right? The God and the planet of karma, luck, growth, expansion. So you could be really figuring out, I get it now. I see like the larger picture. That's what in charge. That's what Jupiter's in charge of. So this energy coming through makes this possible. What the universe, what energy the universe would have each or both archetypes to give to the union or connection this week, and again, even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm because we have free will. Happiness, security, stability, family. A contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure. Your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. The Ten of Pentacles is saying the universe wants us to have no worries this week, to just be happy and like in love and feeling content and stable and secure and safe, you know. And the outcome. Ace of Wands. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and to passionately pursue every possibility. I love how we got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. Again, both are representative of that Scorpio energy. So this is a brand new start. It even has a picture of a new moon right here in the picture. So this is what's coming. This is what the new moon is bringing us. A wonderful opportunity. And when there are two aces in a spread, it can definitely be about new homes, moving, which again, the Chariot is also about. So there could be some cohabitation this week. Maybe that's how we end up like this, like a happy family. There could be some birth, somebody giving birth, maybe even to multiples, to twins. Yeah, twins. So maybe not a whole bunch of multiples, but I see two. Yeah, just relationships again, coming back together, reconciling, whatever the next stage is, like moving on to the next stage. Literal, metaphoric, and in some cases, both for some people. Literal and metaphoric. And I was reaching for my other cards because I had a couple decks here and I wasn't sure which ones I was going to use. And I just picked these up, the Angel Heart Sigils. I think that I want to use these. We'll begin with Raziel in Resolution, and this is just the way I took them out of the box. And Raziel is the like guardian of the heart chakra and the Archangel of healing. And so we see all this green here. He can heal any and every area of your life. This card, Resolution, happens to be about union. And specifically, speaking of the green, it's like a union between the soul of man and the soul of Mother Nature. It gets kind of deep when you read the card. And it talks about a time that we're all awakening to. And I think we've seen a lot of that here also. So I'm pretty excited about this. But the Mother Nature, especially with the Empress showing up 3 times, it's very Mother Nature. And then opening to Uriel and Veneration. Uriel is the angel that was standing guard in paradise, according to the scriptures, that like warned that evil was about and coming in. And we're actually also upon right now, with this being the 13th, we are upon Diwali. Is tomorrow, the 14th, and it is a 5-day Hindu mostly festival of a celebration of light over dark, good being victorious over evil, right? Like, like God over devil, all that kind of stuff. So that may be another message here, although this was kind of like a love spread. There could be success when you're talking about 3 and karma, with Jupiter continuing to show up. you know, like, especially if a karmic was, you know, if it was something really toxic and not just a learning experience, but where there was something harmful going on there. Sometimes there's people like working roots on you and using stuff against you to manipulate you. Um, and that's another potential reason I'm getting for the previous Seven of Wands, right? It was a block of us like sort of standing our ground and defending ourselves and setting boundaries and fighting back. That was the block. So somebody may have had some sort of control over us using like dark magic. And that may be one of the things that we're coming to light about in either case here, masculine or feminine, that we're waking up to. And then being moved to get away from that kind of energy and move toward what is loyal, what is stable, what is secure, what is safe. Oh, I said all that because did I mention that Uriel's name means God's light? That's what I was trying to get to. He was the angel that was standing there guarding. But you usually see him in yellow and or connected to like the solar plexus and the color yellow because his name means God's light, like the sun. And here's Uriel again, and he's somewhere tropical, speaking of the sun. And I think this is about, yeah, again, sun coming out, like brightness, light being shown on things. And again, maybe in a literal sense, the good guy winning out over the bad guy. And here we have reconciliation. I think on that note, that's a good place for me to stop shuffling. Reconciliation. We also seen a lot of that with the Seven of Swords here, the Ace of Cups here. Both of those can be about reconciliation. Judgment. Again, second chances, second time around. Possibly about reconciliation too. We saw in the picture, it wasn't necessarily romantic. It was, sometimes we have to make up with people that we're not involved with romantically. We have to heal relationships in general in our lives in order for other areas of our life to be healed too. So that's possible as well. And then here we have awe. So this is like respect and reverence for the world around us. So one card for the man. Oh, there's two here. All right, I'm not going to fight it. And one for the feminine. I don't know if I'll read both aloud from the book, but the masculine's getting two. And then from this deck, just going to take them off the back, one from each deck that I was working with. All right. From the Animal Tarot to the Masculine, it is Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor. So that's fitting, right, with the Empress having shown up so many times. So guess what the Emperor represents? The planet Mars. This is, again, Scorpios are the ruler as well as the ruler of the sign of Aries. It's going to definitely be about a father for me, or father figure, an authority, a boss, us taking back control of our own lives. But it is in the masculine pile, so this can definitely be you, again, as a father, as the ruler of your home, whether you're a female, whatever the case is, if you identify as a masculine energy, this can be you being that. Again, taking back control, definitely a couple at the table with the Empress being our overall energy here, right? For me, the Emperor is a father or a father figure or a boss, or like a married man. So maybe that's what the threes are about. It could be a man who's married and maybe not happy. So there's a third person. Maybe he is happy, but there's still a third person. A man with children, and maybe that's the situation. Like a family break, maybe that's the sadness. So like leaving your family in order to move on towards something else that is more fertile for you. Right? The family life, your marriage perhaps is dead. Maybe that's what the Three of Swords was about for some. And you're moving on to something that is alive with the Empress, right? It is fertile. Divorcees, widowers, I always pick up with the Emperor as well. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role as you have much wisdom to offer. For the feminine, it is another 7. A lot of 7s today. Seeds well planted. A temporary pause in action. Unnecessary worry. So if you're, let's say, on a sideline, or you haven't met, your mate yet or whatever, and you're just wondering, like, what's going on with me? If you're waiting for whatever, you've just been trying to be patient, you're sort of sick of being patient, like what's going on, this is guiding you not to panic, not to get anxious. It's saying you've already done everything you need to do, so just chill out, For the masculine, the 9 of Wands is back. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Again, have courage and believe in yourself. This can also be somebody becoming pregnant again, and the masculine is already attached, like a child outside of his relationship. I saw that a couple weeks ago too. It's another ace. So overall, whatever this is like, accept it as a positive thing, because this table is surrounded is covered in positive energy. So even sometimes when relationships end, it can feel like a sad situation. It can be sad. It can hurt. All of that. But I would guide us to count all of this as positive. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. And that could be, again, investment in your connections, your relationships. And from the heart, angel heart cards, the masculine, your first card is Wonder. And this is interesting. It's like the Last Supper. So again, there could be somebody that, should be on the outs, that is evil. Remember the triumph of good over evil. Somebody that maybe has been trying to work you or manipulate you. It's been a toxic situation. And maybe what you need to wonder about. I don't think that's what a card always means, but I think what you may need to ponder on and give some thought to is your next move and who you can trust and who you can't. Feminine, our card is Gabriel and Insight. Gabriel, the messenger. And masculine, your other card is Enigma. Which one should I read for you guys? Actually, now that I think about it, I think that Wonder is about like the end of the age of Pisces and the start of the age of Aquarius. And I don't know. It was coming back to me for a second. Oh, okay. Well, this wasn't what I was thinking about, but it's made me think about something else. Another one of the things that happens during this period is Neptune, which is the ruler of the sign of Pisces, which is currently located in Pisces and retrograde, goes direct. So speaking about the end of the Piscean age and the beginning of the Aquarius one, that could be what that means for you guys. I'm going to look up Enigma real quick and read that one for you, I think. Yeah, here it is. Archangel Raziel brings to your attention the secrets of life. And you know what, Raziel, I think he's the one that's connected to death. Well, he's one of the ones, and also like magic, like a magician type. Anyway, the sacred mysteries that have been wrapped in the enigmatic vapor of spirit. If you have recently felt perplexed by a spiritual question or puzzle, reflect on this icon. Remember I said to wonder. Reflect on this icon and the inscrutable smile on the Da Vinci canvas and the fabled Mona Lisa. When you do this, Raziel's heartfelt light will illuminate your quest. You see, Raziel sits on the left-hand side of the divine, and therefore has a distinct privilege in being so close to God, for this exquisite archangel eavesdrops on all of God's conversations. For 500 years, the painting of La Gioconda has been considered a startling evocation of the divine feminine, and Raziel suggests that there is an aspect of your own feminine force that needs restoring. That's another reason maybe why the Empress keeps showing up. In order for you to feel completely enraptured by clarity rather than held in the gray veil of confusion. So this could be another thing too. It could be very literal. Like I said, somebody could be working something on you. It could be a female and she has you wrapped in the veil of confusion, and that's what you need to get out from under. It is a female or a feminine energy. Feel enchanted by Raziel's extraordinary presence, particularly through connection with Raziel's heart sigil, and surrender to the source. And this exquisite angelic force will speak through magical impulses to you. Yeah, I thought that's what I remembered about him. He's like the magician of the angels. This female or feminine energy also, I mean, God forbid, but somebody's mother could be working roots on them. I'm sorry. It could be your own mother. That's another potential having to do with the Empress. And maybe that's what hurt so much. Maybe that's why we saw the Empress also next to the Three of Swords. Because it could be very painful that you discover your own mother's doing this. But that's for somebody too. So if it's not your own inner feminine, or again, a female in your life, or a feminine energy in your life, like your romantic interest or something, could be your mom, for those to whom that applies at all. And for the feminine, our card here is, again, Gabriel and insight. We hanker for insight when life appears dull or obtuse. And in this moment, that ancient part of your soul, the part that knows all things, is streaming into your consciousness to awaken rare delight. So this is a period of increased awakening and ascension. What's happening at the heart of the situation is that you're currently involved. What's happening at the heart of the situation you're currently involved in? Step back, detach, and in stillness, review the scenario. That's the same thing the masculine wants us to do, right? With the Hermit. Then you will penetrate the core of what's really occurring. And just like that, the Ancient of Days, overshadowed by Gabriel's heart in the icon, you will compass its essence through your intuition, sensing the soul of the person. In consequence, a flash of pure insight will occur. Right? That's the enlightenment. Therefore, reflect on the emblazoned dignity of your heart for that aspect of your Akashic connection, and all will be revealed. So we're going to have some sort of insight. Maybe the masculine does know something that we don't know. We're going to find out this week. We shall learn and see together. On that note, I thank you for joining me. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things. If you're subscribing, please hit both the subscribe button and the bell button so that you can hopefully get your notifications. And those of you who want to stick around for a moment, I'm just going to go to my computer and quickly log in here. Quickly, I promise. And there we go. Oh, you got to hear the noise and everything, right? So you know that I wasn't lying. It was not logged in before. I wasn't using it, but now it's logged in. And we're going to go over what's going on this week. So, what I say, what day this moon is? The 15th, right? Yes, the 15th. So, first of all, again, today Mars went direct. So I had talked about the Mars going direct in the sign of Aries, which is that Emperor. In the sign of Aries, which it rules, along with Scorpio. At 7:35 p.m. that occurred. On November 15th at 12:07 a.m., the new moon in Scorpio occurs at 23 degrees, which is also interesting to me because, again, the first day of Scorpio season is the 23rd of October. And it's also, as I've shared with you before, said to be the first day of existence, the first day of creation, which is pretty funny. We're seeing all these Empress, right? All this creation energy. And it was even argued in court, as I've, again, shared with you before, that the 23rd was in fact, it's a legal fact, that the 23rd of October is the first day of creation of all time. Who knows? Maybe it actually was. Anyway, moving on. Also on November 15th at 1:38 p.m., Jupiter, next to that other energy that kept surfacing, that we kept seeing, responsible for the Wheel of Fortune as well. Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, will be quintile Chiron, the wounded healer. So the Chiron is this asteroid, right, but it's representative of this being that was magical, could heal everybody else, not himself. Chiron has been located in Aries, where Mars is, and also retrograde, and remains in retrograde. But Jupiter and Chiron will be quintile. Some of us have actually Mars located, Chiron rather, located in Aries. I'm one of those people, and we are the sort of, we fall down but we get up kind of people. Like we just sort of rub ourselves off and keep going. And that's the Chiron and Aries energy in you, if you're one of those people. Moving on to the 21st, we've got a couple things that occur on that day. At 8:22 a.m., Venus, so again, maybe the Empress energy, Venus enters Scorpio. 0 degrees. Also on the 21st, the Sun enters Sagittarius. 0 degrees. And lastly, also on the 21st at 11:40, well, I didn't tell you what time the Sagittarius thing is. The Sun enters Sagittarius at 3:40 p.m. on the 21st. At 11:45 p.m., the quarter moon in Pisces, 0 degrees Pisces, occurs. And then the 25th at 6:16 a.m., Pluto, Scorpio's ruler, will be quintile Chiron. All right, 23 degrees again. Isn't that interesting? And then lastly, November 28th, I remembered this one because this one's my daughter's birthday. Oh, this is the one I was just telling you guys about. At 7:37 p.m., Neptune, ruler of the sign of Pisces, goes direct, 18 degrees Pisces. Last but not least, on November 29th at 1:12 p.m., Jupiter again will be biquintile the true node, Gemini. Or you could use this, again, Gemini, with Venus being Gemini's esoteric ruler. Neptune going direct in the sign of Pisces, which it rules, where it has been retrograde. And then the next day, Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, Gemini's mirror sign, by the way. So Sagittarius is the south node, and Gemini is the north node or true node. And these two will be biquintile, 25 degrees Capricorn. Very interesting. And that's it. Hope you guys have enjoyed the new moon reading. I hope you get to experience all this wonderful energy. My readings do tend to be accurate, so enjoy. Namaste.